Welcome back to the show. My next guests are the trio behind NERD. Please welcome Pharrell Williams, Chad Hugo, and Shay Haley. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, man.
So your new album called Nothing is coming out soon. What can we expect from that?
We worked really hard on this record. It was a huge effort between the three of us, and we just wanted to make some music that we felt like would be, nostalgic and timeless at the same time. And it feels like a throwback to like The Doors, America, Crosby, Stills and Nash. There's like a Queen moment in there.
Nice.
And but it's NERD doing it. So yeah, of course we have like our like funk, hip hop, punk edge to it. So
nice. You and Chad met at a summer camp in Virginia for gifted kids. Is that right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, we met in beginning band at Kempsville. Well, it was called Kemp's Landing at the time.
Okay.
And then actually we ended up meeting again in the gifted program.
Are you guys just crazy smart, and that's how you guys ended up together?
He is. I'm not.
How'd you get into the gifted school then?
I was lying the whole time. I was just pretending to be smart.
I know you guys jump all over the place musically.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Is that just from what you grew up listening to?
Yeah, we grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Wow. I went to PA. Chad went to Kempsville, and Shay went to PA as well. And we were in like rivaling marching bands, and life in Virginia was just like it is anywhere else. We were skating, we were on our BMXs, we were at Mount Trashmore watching Tony Hawk and like Hosoi come and like do the exhibitions, and we were really inspired by that. And I moved to the modest part of the suburbs. It was Beastie Boys and Europe and Bon Jovi, and of course we were listening to Run DMC.
So let's talk about the album cover. We have a shot of it here. Can you explain what the album cover is all about?
It's a mix of like so many things. The feathers kind of represent like the peace, and the helmet kind of represents the war. It's kind of like where we are right now. There's a lot of war that people can't necessarily explain.
Right.
The economy kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Girls are still beautiful. We wanted to make music that kind of reflected that, so people could look back 20 years from now and say, oh, this is what was going on.
That's cool. Now, you and Chad work together on Neptune stuff, but how does your approach to NERD differ from when you guys do your own thing?
I mean, Chad and Shay can answer that, but I mean, for me, I just feel like, Shay's kind of like the balance. He's like the scale between Chad and I, and Chad and I just kind of like creatively clash forces in a really good way to just try to make good music. But I mean, I'm sure they have their own opinion on how it goes.
It ain't too different.
What's that? You don't take it different?
It ain't too different.
Pharrell pretty much summed it up. I mean, I'm dealing with two extreme creative minds here, so I'm like the nucleus to keep it all together.
Now, when you guys write songs, does it start off on a keyboard? Do you guys have a favorite keyboard that you like to use? Do you maybe come up with something on acoustic guitar? What's your songwriting process? What's the genesis process, I guess?
It's some of everything. But the secret sauce is just basically a vibe, and you like, when you guys make records, you see something in the air and you kind of chase it, and then you musically chop away and carve at it until you get it. Now, our next single, because we're doing two singles at the same time, one was produced by us, and it's called I Seen the Light, which is kind of very Doors, Ennio Morricone, Serge Leone, like Western type of thing with 808s under it. And then the other one is produced by Daft Punk, which is called
Awesome.
Hypnotize You.
That must be amazing. What was it like to work with them?
Well, it was cool. I mean, it's so different from the rest of the album, but I was very happy and pleased because it just serves a different purpose. Like, I feel like it gets a lot of attention, and then when you get the album, you go into this whole like microcosm of, it's like a snowball world, It's like, you just get to look in there. It's like our little interesting fishbowl.
That's rad. And you're actually really into design and fashion, things like that. I know that you've done stuff with Bait before. I know that you've actually designed some furniture.
Yes, sir.
And now you've started a company called Bionic Yarn.
Yes, sir.
And what's that all about?
Well, actually, I joined in. I'm like a third partner. And basically what it does is it recycles plastic bottles and makes clothes.
Out of plastic bottles?
Yeah. But you know, like a certain amount of like what your sweater's made of is like a polyester count.
Right.
And we're just saying like instead of just using like and creating new polyester, you use.
We actually have
threads and yarn
one of your pieces right here.
Yeah.
So this is made out of actual recycled plastic bottles.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep, there's leather in the plastic bottles and the buttons are metal, obviously. Yep.
That's really cool. Oh, and it's with Montclair.
Yep.
Nice.
Montclair's they're the best.
High-end stuff.
Yeah, well, we try.
That's really cool.
Yep.
I know that you guys are going out on tour with the Gorillas. I think that's an awesome package. You guys gonna do anything crazy production-wise?
It's gonna be a jamboree, man.
Yeah?
Naked women, I'm just kidding. Nah, it's going to be a jamboree, though. It's going to be really colorful. I mean, you know, we have our competition set before us with the Gorillas. I mean,
yeah.
Damon is a genius. I mean, even from Blur, like, he is, you know, it's an honor to be on the road with him. You know, I really admire what he does because he's made his imagination his reality. I'm so envious of that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do those type of creative, colorful things, but it requires a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
To really pull it off, and he's been amazing with that.
That'll be awesome. That's gonna be so much fun. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
No,
really
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, man. And by the way, we're looking forward to the new record.
Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that.
Well, you guys were clapping, but I just want to say it again. We're looking forward to the new Blink album, man.
Yeah. Thanks so much, you guys.
Maybe we can go on the road with you or something.
That'd be awesome. NERD is heading out on tour this October. Time for a commercial, but still ahead, we're going to hear some words of wisdom from 50 Cent, so stick around. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the
Travel safe back to Miami.